Hey, look which one I got. Look what I got.
Here, Elizabeth, go choose a pretty color that you like.
Welcome to Watch Like a Kid,
a podcast where we watch your kid shows so you don't have to.
We are your hosts, Diane and Gabriele.
So come, be a kid with us. Hello, Gabby.
Hi, Diane.
Welcome to Watch Like a Kid. I am so excited because we are not covering Miraculous today.
Yeah, girl, we gotta get the hell out of Paris.
I love our small town Paris, don't get me wrong, and we have so much left to cover, but I need to be back on home turf.
It's too much. I love Marinette, I love Adrian, but this will they, won't they? It's too slow burn.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of the romance tropes and everything. I need, I just need a nice vacation. In fact, you look like you're on vacation right now. You look like you're about to hit the ski slopes.
I think I am. I'm feeling like a ski vibe, a snowboard kind of vibe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even though you don't ski or snowboard.
I don't do snow whatsoever.
But the aesthetic is nice.
The aesthetic is great.
I really like it. I dressed up in bright hot pink because of what we're going to be covering today.
Yes, and that will be Corinne. She is the 2022 American Girl, and she is a ski babe. She hits the slopes.
And Netflix just released an American Girl doll movie about her, and it was the cutest thing.
It was very cute. But, like, we're not surprised, right? Because we grew up with American Girls, and we're obsessed.
I always loved the live-action movies they would make of them. I never thought you could really have a movie of an American Girl doll. Like, I just collected them and created my own stories out of them. But they have whole backstories and histories.
Yeah, girl, they have books.
They're amazing. You know, my parents never bought me one. And I was always so jealous because I have two older sisters, and they each had 2 American Girl dolls.
Stop.
So my parents...
They had 2 and you had none?
None. So my parents, they got me the mini, like, 3-inch tall versions of every American Girl doll, which was cool.
But also as if.
I couldn't, like, cuddle with them or, like, change their outfits or anything. They were, like, collectibles. Like, they put them in a glass case. I still have them. And they came with a mini book, too.
Oh, my God. Well,
I never got my full
Here's
one.
the thing. I also never had an American Girl, so what's up? But I'm kind of glad I didn't now, because now I don't know what I would do with her. Like, I think as a kid I would have really loved her, but I think that she would have been one of those dolls that I would have, like, resold or something later in life, because I don't know what to do with dolls now. Like, I still have some, and they're in my room, and they're cute, but, like, they're in my room at home, my parents' room, and they're really cute, but I just don't know what I would do with them now, because I don't really play with my dolls. Like, they're all for the vibes. They're for the aesthetics. They're for, like I would put them in a glass case. Regardless of if they're collectible. Like, that's how I would have done my dolls.
Yeah. See, Barbies and other dolls I played with, cut their hair, washed their hair, put makeup on and stuff, but the American Girl dolls, because when I was growing up, they were like almost collectibles. You know, you had like the classic old school ones. Nowadays, there's like 100 different kinds of American Girl dolls. But the classic ones, like Molly,
Josephine,
loved her. She was my fave.
Addie, Kit, Samantha. My fave was Kit, but let's put Kit in the backseat for a second, because we need to talk about Samantha. Mm-hmm. Only for the fact that we need to talk about our girl AnnaSophia Robb.
Oh, AnnaSophia Robb played her in the movie, the live action movie,
and apparently that was one of her first roles, right?
Well, there's many a dispute. According to the trailer, that was introducing her, which usually means her first role. But then you thought it was Because of Winn-Dixie.
Because also, when you're watching Because of Winn-Dixie, which was like one of my favorite movies as a child, AnnaSophia Robb really was my childhood.
Entire childhood. Hello.
I mean, Bridget Terabithia, Soul Surfer, come on. But basically, in the very beginning, like in the title credits where they're, saying all the names of all the homies, it says introducing AnnaSophia Robb. So it was always my understanding that Because of Winn-Dixie was her first film.
But it also says introducing AnnaSophia Robb in the movie.
Not to worry, y'all, we looked it up.
It was the American Girl movie.
Amazing.
Supposedly. But hey, AnnaSophia Robb, if you're watching, listening, if somebody shows you this clip, please tell us.
Yeah, clear it up for us. Also, I met you, fam. You were very sweet. I served you a cream puff. And you were amazing. I love you.
I'm sure
love
you
you.
remember every person who served you a cream puff.
You remember everything about this moment. I remember everything. So we have this parasocial relationship that you don't know about. You remember everything about that. You were so happy to be there, and I think you really liked the cream puff I served you. I think you really enjoyed it.
You met a real life American Girl doll. How many people get to say that?
I mean, that was like my New York moment because everyone says they have one, and I moved to
Yeah.
New York, and I was like, I don't really know what that is. Like, I don't have these New York moments, and everyone's meeting celebrities, and I like don't meet anybody. And so I was like, I don't really meet anybody. And then there she was, AnnaSophia Robb, and I had to play it cool, right? So I was like,
Right.
she was like, oh, what's going on over here? And I was like, okay. And we had run out like all our flavors of cream puffs.
Oh, no.
So we only had one flavor left. And I said, okay, so this one is the milk. And I don't know why it's the only one left. I don't know why people are sleeping on this flavor because apparently it's the best one.
It's a free cream puff and you're trying to sell it.
I know. Well, I didn't want her to be disappointed.
To tiny little AnnaSophia Robb.
So she's like, I know, she was so petite, so
She's
cute.
so cute.
She was like, okay. And she eats it. And she was acting like she was just like, she was so grateful. I mean, the gratitude of this woman that I served her a cream puff.
And I believe that she was being really true about
I
it.
think
She seems like
so.
such...
And I'm really
a
proud
nice
of
person.
myself for like not fangirling too hard. I hope I didn't fangirl too hard.
You like
because
immediately
she was,
fainted?
should have, because she was my childhood. And at one point, someone had asked me, they were like, "Oh, if you met a celebrity?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, I met AnnaSophia Robb." They did not know her. Exactly, my reaction, and I was like, the first thing I said was, "Samantha, an American Girl." Like that's the first title I came up with for AnnaSophia Robb. I was like, Samantha, an American Girl? What do you mean you don't know her? What do you mean you've never met her? What do you mean she wasn't your entire existence?
It's so wild that she was like our childhood and that we love her, but we're very close in age to her.
I know. Normally,
Like, you guys
watch
are the
people
same
that are
age.
older. I know.
I think it's just we want to be best friends with you,
AnnaSophia. What do you got going on this weekend, girl? What do you got going on?
Forget Corinne. We just want to hang out with the real life American Girl doll.
We can hit the slopes. We can go.
We can appraise
go to
ski.
Maine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about Colorado. That seems far.
that seems far. But if that's where she's at right now,
You know what? We'll catch a plane, girl. We don't got any money, but we'll fight. We'll
find
figure
a
it
way.
out.
We'll hang out. We'll
Yeah.
we'll bring the cream puffs.
Oh my gosh, I'll get you a different flavor this time.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Going back to the movies, this new one, I was really expecting it to be kind of like cheesy,
Mhm.
really like super cringy. I hadn't really kept up with the American Girl scene. Actually, I didn't realize how big they were again to kids, like the dolls themselves, until this past Christmas, when I took the young child I nanny to the American Girl doll store.
It was
let-
wild, wasn't it? Madness.
Yes, but it also makes me really angry because, like I said, to me, they're like collectibles because of like the OG ones that are super popular. But she literally got Samantha one year and chopped her hair off.
No.
And then she painted circles on her cheeks for blush, and I was livid.
I am so sorry, AnnaSophia Robb, that she did you that way. Also, sorry to your childhood self, who would have taken way better care of your doll.
Like, sometimes when they were playing with dolls, I would try to get them to play with, like, the American Girl dolls so I could take Josephina and, like, brush her hair because I found it to be the silkiest, most beautiful hair, even though I realized all of the American Girl dolls have the same hair. To me, hers was, like, elite. It was the best. It was the longest. It was just beautiful, and
I mean, she was beautiful.
yeah. So going at Christmas to the actual store in Rockefeller Center on, like, I think it was, like, a Thursday or Friday night in
That's
absolute
crazy.
mayhem. And she wanted every single doll. It was me. And Corinne
Did
was
she
sold
want
out.
our girl Corinne?
Our girl Corinne was sold out.
I heard the ski outfit was also sold out.
Okay. Everyone needs to go watch the movie or let their kid watch the movie because the ski outfit is phenomenal.
It is really cute.
We attempted to recreate the colors with
We
like
tried, but we failed.
our hot pinks and, you know, blues and purples, but
Also,
hers is-
Corinne has this like blue hair extension thing going on.
yeah.
Phenom. Corinne is just
Mhm.
also really pretty.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's so pretty.
The doll and the
yes,
actress.
the doll, the actress, really pretty. And you just kind of, like, watching the movie, you want to be Corinne. Like, you vibe. You also want to be her little sister.
Yeah, so Corinne is 13 in
Mhm.
the movie, and I think her sister is maybe, like, a year or two younger.
Yeah,
she
I
seems
think
like
she's like
at least
9,
over 10.
Oh, really?
I'll put her at 10.
I'm really
at
bad
the
at guessing
earliest.
ages, but we know for sure that Corinne is 13 because there's a line in the movie where he says, "You're 13."
Yeah, she says in one part, she says, "Oh, I gotta go, Mom. I gotta go run an errand." And her mom looks at her younger sister and goes, "Run an errand? She's 13."
Yeah.
Where
And
does
there's
she have
also
to go?
another one where the dad was like, because she was like, "I don't have my true calling," because this whole movie is about her wanting to find her true calling. And her dad is like, "You're 13. Wait till you're 14 to freak out about your true calling."
The dad was a little too chill.
He was
Yeah.
very, both dads.
Both dads, because this story has to do with divorced parents.
Yes.
And I was actually really surprised, especially for a children's movie, how well they deal with divorce. So in the movie, it is a new divorce. Like, they had just moved into the stepdad's house like a month ago or so. It's a mixed family. So they're, like, adjusting, and it's not like they dislike the stepdad. Like, a lot of movie tropes make you not really like the stepdad. Like, he tries and he's nice.
He's like your classic corny white dad.
Yeah. And she's just like this beautiful little Chinese kid, and her mom is trying to start her own business of Chinese foods for a restaurant. So they're always taste testing, and he always mispronounces things.
Yeah.
And it's like, he tries so hard, and
Let's
it's so
have
cute.
dance.
Let's have dance.
Let's have
Yeah.
dance.
I think they did it so well. There's actually a scene where the two dads have, like, a moment together.
Right. That was really cool. And, like, the birth dad, like, admitted, like, yeah, I know I just keep fighting with Judy, which he does.
Yeah,
I could
with
not
the
stop
mom.
laughing. I know it's not funny, but I could not stop laughing with the way this man said Judy, as if, I mean, you would have thought this was the evil, like, Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
He was like, "We shouldn't push her either, Judy."
And I was like,
He's
it's the mom.
"Goodbye, Judy." And I was like, bro.
Okay, now I see why she divorced you. Why are you just eating mac and cheese with your kids?
I thought that too. Y'all, the
No
only
protein.
thing on the plate was mac and cheese, and I was like, that is such a dad move. No offense to dads out there, but that is such a dad move.
On his night with the
Like, on
kids,
his
they're
night with the
watching,
kids, just
they're
mac.
playing video games and eating a giant thing of.
And it's also funny because he definitely told them they were gonna have pizza.
Yeah,
Like, so why did we switch it up to mac?
budget cuts. You know, they had pizza later on in a different scene. Maybe they filmed it wrong.
I don't know.
They're like, we just gotta roll with it now. But it was so cute because it was kind of like you could tell that it was coming and building, because Corinne actually opened up to her parents and was like, I see you guys arguing all the time, and it's like making me stressed, and then so I'm like dealing with other things and I can't talk to it about with you guys. She's also super open about how she feels like her parents are focusing more on her younger sister.
Because her younger sister is like a stellar ice skater.
Yes, figure skater.
Oh,
Hello.
well, she said ice skate.
She's a pro.
Whatever. Not yet. She's just on her competition
She's gonna
team.
get there, guys.
Also, no offense to little sister. Her name is Gwen, by the way. No offense to little sister Gwen. But when she was mad at her older sister for not coming to her practices, I was like, girl, you want your sister to come to your practice? That is so boring. Listen, as someone who had a little sibling who was in sports, I love my little brother. I love him, adore him. He was in sports growing up, and I would go to his games because he would go to my orchestra concerts, which are also boring. Like, I get it. Like, I would go to his games. If he asked me to come to his practices, I'd have been like, bro, no. I'm not coming to your practice.
I get it, but they are on a whole other level of sisterhood.
They have a sisterhood that I could never understand.
I honestly, that was my only thing about the movie. I love it because it promotes healthy relationships with your siblings. But I myself I don't believe that exists.
I don't get it. I mean, from the beginning of the movie, they have this like sister tradition,
Sister brain, they
something
call it, or
sister
something
brain
like that.
something, and
They have their own, so it matters in the movie if you're watching in the beginning, they have their own turn off that they find like this little bunch of trees, and they put their own little tchotchkes and stuff on there for themselves as like a little hideaway for just the sisters, just them, that only they know about. And it matters later on when the last 10 minutes of the movie when we start having conflict.
yes, it is it's a vibe movie. There's not a lot going on,
Which I really enjoyed
It was
Yeah.
kind of relaxing. And the music
And the
was
music
so
was
relaxing.
so good.
It
When
was
they're,
very
like-
follow your dreams. Like hands in the air.
Yeah,
Like
when they're, like-
campfire music.
when they're skiing,
Yeah.
those scenes and stuff
So cute.
was so well
cute.
done. And the music, I was like, oh, I want to be a kid with like just like a really like a colorful jacket and like ski outfit,
skiing
just
down
like
the slopes. You
going down the
kidding me?
slopes.
Yes. Wait. I'm so sorry if we've been getting. Are they skiing or are they snowboarding?
The younger sister snowboards, Corinne skis.
Okay. Because I forgot.
So it's I do get them mixed up because it's Corinne and Gwen, and I feel like that's just a mouthful.
I hear that snowboarding is way harder than skiing.
Yes, and yet they just look so cool.
They
It's
make
cool
it look
kids.
so easy. And the thing is, okay, so the little plot that there is
Yes.
is basically everyone has their true calling, except for our girl Corinne. So the mother's true calling is to the new restaurant she's opening up. The little sister's true calling is her figure skating.
Thank you. Thank you.
The birth dad's true calling is he loves to teach the people how to ski at the resort.
He's a ski instructor.
But does Arnie have a calling?
Arnie, the stepdad, his calling is to be as corny as possible.
I mean, I think he's killing it.
Yeah,
he's killing it.
His true calling
is to finish that damn puzzle.
Yeah, they're doing like a puzzle that's just like of mountains.
Yeah,
and so Corinne has to be convinced to try to like help with the edge pieces, and she does try. I do like that where she doesn't go, oh, you're not my real dad, you're my stepdad.
Yeah.
I think this is a great movie for kids to watch because they do really show how you can work your way through divorce and how not just with the kids but with the parents.
Well, you can tell that she's not happy about the marriage because she's not unpacked.
Yes.
So she's upset because she doesn't want to be in that guy's house. Yes. And so you can tell she's struggling with it. But when her mom asks her to work on it, she does work on it.
And her mom doesn't get mad. Her mom's like, I see what you're doing. Like, I realize like I could be doing more too to help you. Did you notice in her bedroom though, one of the few decorations she did have
was a ski thing?
No, well, yeah, she does have like kind of ski theme, but above her dresser in her room is the pink American Girl doll star.
I did not notice that.
Did it?
That is so good. It's a good catch.
I saw it and I was like, that is so adorable.
On the train today, I literally saw like a stroller and it had this like pink over thing that like a cover for the stroller, and it had these white what looked like American Girl stars on it. And I was trying to find like the American Girl branding on it to see if it was American Girl. I couldn't find it, but we're just gonna say that that's a sign.
I want them to start making American Girl doll stuff for adults.
I'm sure they do. Someone does. If you make American Girl doll stuff for adults, hit us up.
So we talked about everyone else's true calling.
Right.
But what is Corinne's? Or what does she think it is?
Oof. So Corinne thinks that her true calling, and hang on to your seats, parents. Corinne's true calling is to train Avi dogs, which is avalanche dogs. And what avalanche dogs do is save people from being when they're buried under the snow. Did I say
It's a very serious job. You said it correctly. I hope. It sounds correct. Sounds official. She wants to train this dog that is going to be a dropout because the professional trainers could not train them enough to pass the test. But Corinne, a 13-year-old, thinks she can do it because the dog likes her.
Yes. Now,
we love kids shooting for the stars.
Her mom says what we've all been thinking, which is, babe,
the voice of reason.
You're 13. You cannot train an animal that is trained to save people's lives.
Yeah, because it could cost people's lives.
Right. And that's kind of what the trainers are trying to tell her. Like, hey, the dog's assessment is in 2 weeks, and we're probably not going to be able to get him ready in time. But the thing is, Corinne doesn't want the dog to have to go back to the breeders. So she feels really sensitive about this. Also, the dog's name is Flurry, which is adorable.
So cute. I had a bit of a blonde moment where it did take me till halfway through the movie to realize Flurry, like snow flurry.
Yeah, I got it right away. Although my blonde moment was I definitely thought that it was their dog. Like, I thought it was their dog.
Oh.
Like Corinne's dog.
Oh.
But that just goes to show how much this dog really does take to Corinne.
The dog was one, besides the younger sister, to me the dog was the best actor. I mean, that dog did a phenomenal job.
When the dog needed to act tired, boy, was he tired.
Boy.
He was laying in the snow like, I can't be bothered.
When they say knock her over with kisses,
that's a job.
Say less, director. Like, phenomenal. Oscar
but yeah, little sister really carried this movie. Her acting was so fun.
Her acting was fun. She was cute. I did think it was a little cringe when she said sus in one scene. She's like, Dad, that's sus. I feel like that won't age super well, but for the most part, she was like this nice, chipper girl. And so her and her sister have such a great bond in the beginning, but they find out that when she decides to go into more figure skating classes, they won't have as much time to spend together. For me, amazing. I don't want to spend all that time with my sisters anyway. To them, it was like the end of the world.
And for Corinne, she's like, y'all have y'all's passions already. Like, you have your true calling. Like, you're going to do figure skating. Mom's got her restaurant. She's like, what's mine? And she finally finds this thing that's hers, which is like getting this dog ready for his assessment to be an Avi dog.
Yeah.
She finally finds it, and it does kind of seem like no one's really on board with it. So the mom is like, I don't know about this, babe. And the dad is like, I don't know about this, Judy. And the little sister is like, I don't know about this because you can't come to my ice skating practices. Yeah. And so she kind of feels like no one really cares. And it does get to the sense, like, it does, on the surface, it might seem like Corinne is being selfish. But I think that she does a good job when she talks to her parents after, because she ends up missing her little sister's competition.
Her first competition.
Yes, which that is
a big deal.
I know I was giving little sister a hard time for being like, why aren't you at my practices? But Corinne should have been at the competition. I do think Corinne should have been at the competition. She misses the competition because she's trying to get this dog ready, and this hurts Corinne's feeling. Yeah. Or sorry, this hurts the little sister.
Because it was the dog's test.
Right.
At the same time as the competition. Well, technically, it was an hour before. Mm-hmm. So really, she missed the competition because she was sulking because the dog still failed the test.
Right.
So because the trained professionals said, we could not train this dog over the course of 1 year. How are you going to train it in 2 weeks?
Honestly, the fact that these people let this 13-year-old try, very sweet of them. But she was talking to her parents after the competition, because her parents were like, what the heck, you missed your sister's thing. And she like starts crying, and she actually is vulnerable, and she's saying like you all get to like have this thing, and my little sister Gwen is like so good at this that there's going to be a million more competitions, and you and dad are going to be beaming in the audience for those. So why is this a big deal? Like, I have nothing. And you could really understand like the vulnerability of like, she is a bit jealous of her little sister, that her sister has something that she doesn't have. Yeah. And she finally thinks she found it, and no one cares.
And something that her sister was kind of naturally gifted at. Right. Whereas Corinne thought that could be her true calling. She kind of latched onto it as like an obsession. When she met the dog, because like she really connected with the dog, and so she wanted to help the dog, and I don't think she wanted him to have to go back to the original breeder because it wasn't in the same city. And so I think she latched on to like, I want to help them achieve their goals, and I want them to become an Aspen, an avalanche dog. Not because she really enjoyed actually coaching. It was more so like, I want to see that I can achieve something. Yeah. And that she wasn't even really naturally that good at it. She kept failing and failing within those 2 weeks, to the point where she pushed the dog to exhaustion.
Right. She also just doesn't have anyone to hang out with right now.
It was weird at first when they were doing kind of the opening to get everything settled. She was moving into the stepdad's house, but it made me feel like they moved to a whole new city, even though they went to the same ski lodge because their dad worked there. The dad lived just across town, but she acted like she had no friends and that she was really uncomfortable in her environment.
Right.
Which I get it. I get it in a new house.
Yeah,
but
I think she doesn't like being in a new house because her dad's not there. She's used to the house that she was in. There's feels like all this new stuff. And then it's winter break. Her friend's in Hawaii. Her other friend is at her grandma. Like, she doesn't have anyone to hang out with. And then the only person she did have to hang out with, which was her sister, decided to start doing more figure skating practices because she joined a competition team. So now there's this loneliness. There's this, I don't have anyone to hang out with, and also I don't have a true calling. Like, I could see her, especially being 13, like, it's spiraling. Really
building up, yeah. And I do like it that when it all kind of goes wrong and she misses her sister's performance, she gets there right at the end. Her sister notices that she's not there and is really disappointed, and her mom goes to kind of start to yell at her, and then when she kind of melts down, I really loved the mom's response. I thought it was such a good example of good parenting, as well as just really communicating, both parent and child. because the mom doesn't try to go, well, you should have done better, or you could do this. The mom goes, you're right. I also could have done better as well. Because I think a lot of times, especially in movies, when kids are learning, they don't realize, and it's not very well shown, that parents make mistakes too. And so I love that a movie kind of showcased that a little bit and showed it in a nice way, not in like a whatever, I messed up, but you messed up too. It's kind of like, okay, let's keep this kind of dialogue open and this communication open with each other to like, let's both do better. We both messed up. Now let's both get better, but together.
Yeah.
And I thought they did that really well.
It was really cool. She definitely had really cool parents that were like,
and it really wasn't that
self-aware.
big of a blow up, which I also thought was nice. Like the kid wasn't, in fact, the main plot twist didn't even have to do with Corinne.
Little sister goes to say, I forgive you.
Yes, at the end of the competition. They're
Even
back
though
at home.
Corinne did not apologize. I love Gwen. She can't read a room. Corinne is on the bed, crying, sulking in her room, and Gwen comes in and is like, I want to let you know that what you did today hurt me, but I know you're going through a lot right now, so I forgive you. Bring it in.
Which I thought was very nice, but I also
sweet.
think she didn't, if she had simply said that and then followed up with, but how are you doing now? Let's get to you kind of thing.
Right.
But I get it. She's the younger sister.
Yes.
And so it was her day. She didn't see it as Corinne's day because Corinne failed, technically. The dog didn't pass the test.
Yeah.
And everyone else was focusing on Gwen. So, of course, she thought it was her day. And it makes sense. And it also makes sense how Corinne responded.
Yes. Corinne goes, grow up, Gwen, and turns around, and then Gwen immediately starts crying. I mean, the acting chops on this girl.
They did such a good job.
You let me know what you thought about this part, because I think it was muddy for me. But my assumption is because Gwen, little sister, felt really upset with the way that Corinne acted. She kind of just goes off to go snowboarding in the nighttime during like what looks kind of like a snowstorm. So she can't find the trail. It's dark. It's snowing. She gets lost. And when Corinne starts to feel bad about, how she acted, she goes into Gwen's room, sees that Gwen's not there.
Which I thought was super cute.
Very cute. Freaks out, tells her mom. They get the whole crew in.
Yeah.
And I think y'all know where this is going. We need good old loser dog Flurry.
Because during training, they have people volunteer to hide in these snow caves to make it so Flurry can practice on finding people. And Flurry was only ever able to find the younger sister.
Yes.
In fact, there's one scene that's hilarious where the actual ski instructors are like, hey, Flurry could only find Gwen. Could they even find, this other like teenage ski instructor person? And he walks in. And they're like, oh no, we forgot about him. Like, they left him out there all day in a snow cave.
That's wild.
Which is so funny. So, the sister left because she wanted to try to find the trail that her and Corinne had. You remember that little turnoff?
Oh, that's what where are you trail means.
Yes. So, she wanted to find the little turnoff. And she even mentioned halfway through the movie where she was like, we should go back to our turnoff, our little trail. I can't seem to find it, which kind of is foreshadowing. The little sister says that to Corinne. And so she wants to find it because she feels if she finds their little friendship bracelets that they put on the tree, like I said, they put little tchotchkes and little mementos on the tree for their like sister connection brain, and like a kazoo. For some reason, Corinne put that as her memento. She thinks that she can remind Corinne about their connection because she felt like they were straying as sisters.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Because I was like, is she that mad?
My thing I thought, though, which was weird, was like, how did she get up the ski lift? How did she get to the ski lodge? Like, how did she all get all this without a single adult noticing her and be like, kid, the slopes are closed?
Honest, I didn't think about that.
She's like 9 or 10.
Right.
That was my one big plot hole. I was like, okay, I guess she got lost on a trail, but how is it like so late at night and nobody was like, you need somebody? Or
they're really, in kid movie, it's the kid math of it all.
Yes.
In kid movies, there really is just, you don't need parents. You don't need adults. You can just show up places. There's like, they have like, what are they called? When you go from one place to another, you get
like teleporting?
Teleporting.
Yeah.
It's like they have a teleporter that adults don't know about.
The writers and executive producers who are like, we have to fit all this in 1 hour. They're like, she could just be on this slope. We don't have to show her getting there.
No one's gonna ask questions.
Nobody's gonna wonder how she trekked her snowboard and her gear all the way to the ski lodge. We don't even know how far away it is from the stepdad's house where they live now, but she's just there on the slope. So she gets lost, and it starts to get dark. She's cold. She's like, I don't know where I am. Where are you, Trail? And
that part killed me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where are you,
But
Trail?
she was smart. She found a snow cave, and she goes, oh, is this one of the snow caves? Because she was used to being a volunteer practicing with Fleury and Corinne. So she hides in the snow cave for a little while. Who knows how long?
Yeah,
we just know it's dark.
Meanwhile, the adults are arguing because Corinne is like, we need to get Fleury up in this biz because Fleury finds Gwen every time.
Yeah, did you also notice how there's no police, there's no ambulance, there's no official...
it's just the avalanche homies and their parents.
It's the two avalanche rescue patrolmen who were training the dog. And the family. Yes, and the family.
Yeah, that's all. But they're like, no, Corinne, he failed the test. We can't risk it. I'm over here thinking, just take all the dogs you got. Like, for me, I'm just like, who you got? Take them all. But they're like,
well, isn't that what the stepdad said? He's like, this is all hands on deck.
Yeah.
And then the birth dad was like, I'm with him. And like the dads are like, team up. We're good now. So then they
get Fleury and the actual real rescue Abby dog.
And yeah, they still kind of all stick together on the mountain, and they're just like walking around, and then that's when Fleury picks up the scent. And Corinne, and this is when you realize like her true calling or whatever, because she is able to convince the adults to trust what Fleury is sensing. And
because they're like, no way she would be over there. There's not even trail there.
Yeah, and then she makes the instructors like kind of eat their words, because she goes, oh, didn't you tell me that you can't move on to another section till every last area is deemed like safe? Like, until you have checked every possible area. And they're like, well, she's got a point. So they go to that area, and
we
then
start to hear the kazoo.
We hear the kazoo. And we're able to find her.
Gwenny. And Gwen immediately comes out of the snow thing. She's like, what took you so long? Which I thought that was funny. And then the sister's like, I was going to kill you. I mean, they're just having this sister bonding moment, and it's really cute to see that again. Cute. They're hugging. That's basically the end of like the climax of, but like then at the resolution, we find out that I guess Fleury is now capable of saving people from avalanches, even though he can only pick up on the scent of Gwen.
That was another big problem I had with the movie, which was a very cute movie overall, but some logistics I could not forget. And that was one of them that, yes, we get it. In the heat of the moment, Fleury came through. But that still doesn't mean that they're up to snuff to being an actual rescue dog. Like, they still can't find all the articles of clothing. They still couldn't find multiple people. Fleury still got distracted a ton, just because they found her.
What I'd like to think happened is because they do also end up making Corinne like junior avalanche dog trainer person or something.
I really hope that's just a fancy title and they don't actually let her make any kind of life-saving decisions.
Although the jacket is amazing.
It goes hard.
If anyone wants to make that jacket and sell it, like, it does.
Or just make us a jacket, put our names on it, and gift it to us.
I mean, that would also be a P.O. box, y'all. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So that we
I have a birthday coming up. Just saying. Get one for AnnaSophia Robb, too. I think she would like one. Just bring it all back. I like to think that what happens is basically they're just going to keep training. Like, because she's now a junior trainer, they're just going to keep training Fleury until he's actually ready to save homies from underneath the snow. Unbelievable. Yeah, or maybe just have Fleury be like a backup dog.
Yeah, like,
but he technically...
like, he's also a junior, kind of like Corinne. I hope your restaurant goes well, Mama. I hope that puzzle gets finished early.
It did. They finished it.
Oh, good. Oh, that was
at the end, because it was like a bonding moment where Corinne put the last piece of the puzzle in.
Right.
And it kind of, because she didn't like doing the puzzle, and it kind of showed them kind of coming together a bit. Mom's restaurant opened up, and they got to keep Fleury.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing. They got to keep Fleury, which was really, really cute. Also, Fleury looks like classic movie dog. Like, think of a movie dog, that's what Fleury looks like.
Fleury was adorable.
But yeah, I really loved it. I don't know if it quite lives up to like Kit, which is elite movie watching.
Was probably if we had to rank all of them. Kit is still
The cast alone.
the best American Girl doll movie. They got an A-list cast somehow, and it looks like a zero budget movie, and yet they got
I have
amazing
to tell you,
Stanley
there's this-
Tucci.
Stanley Tucci. The thing that really gets me with this movie is Joan Cusack. She like plays the same kooky character in every movie she's in, but
As she
obsessed.
should.
She has this line because it's kind of a Robin Hood kind of story, and so she has this line where she's like, "What we thought we were doing was stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but what we were actually doing was stealing from the rich and then keeping it. Really, that's what we did." My mom and I love that scene.
Yes, and I feel like that movie can be watched all through the ages. So if you're, I highly recommend parents and caregivers letting your child watch the new Corinne movie, which is on
Mhm.
Netflix, but also then finding
The
where
old
to
ones.
stream the old ones of Samantha, and then especially Kit.
Especially Kit. Especially
Kid Ridge. It's just
Kid
such a
Ridge.
cute
Also,
movie.
shout out to Abigail Breslin.
Oh, she did a phenomenal job
Amazing.
too.
AnnaSophia Robb and Abigail Breslin. Let's go get brunch.
And then Corinne, they pick phenomenal child actors.
Mean, really, Corinne, the woman who plays Corinne. So I'm really excited about your like acting career as you get older,
Yeah,
because
she's
it's
gonna
gonna
go
be
far.
so great. Her name is, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce it right. It's Miya. Is that Mia
Mia?
or
Mhm.
Maya?
Mia or Maya, we love you. And
We love
then
you.
Also shout out to Gwen, who's played by Kai Marie. Oh my god, they're
Are they
sisters in real
sisters?
life? Guys, we have late breaking news. We literally have Google pulled up right now because we are so bad at planning. But this actually makes it even better. I think they're sisters in real life. They have the same last name.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up. Did they get real life sisters?
Yes, the younger sister of actress Maya. Anyway, great job, great movie. Also,
Wow,
it's
so it-
only an hour, so
it
if you
really
want to
was
watch
a
it with your
sister
kids,
movie.
yeah, it was a sister movie for like in all accounts.
Oh my goodness. I know the kids I watch absolutely love American Girl dolls, so I'm going to tell the parents to let them watch it and
Yes.
then be like, you guys need to act like better sisters to each other.
Okay,
This is how sisters can act.
but join us next week. We are going to come back to Miraculous,
Yes.
but we will be taking like little pit stops here and there. So
Along
don't
the
go-
way,
yeah.
we want to do some more movies.
Mhm.
We've got, they actually just released the Oscar nominations.
Yes,
Should we watch and review all of the 5, I think?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
For animations?
Yes,
For animated movies?
yes.
I think we should. If there are other ones though, please tell us.
Yeah, if you have any show, any movie that your kid really likes to watch,
especially if you have like a tween, a preteen, and you don't really know what they should be watching or what is good for them to watch, that's why we're here, to watch it for you and to give you the best opinion we can.
yeah. So again, we are on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Find us, and we'd love to talk.
Yeah. Until then,
Until then, are we doing the butterfly thing?
I know it's not miraculous. I feel like there are butterflies now.
I think it's just gonna stick. Yeah.
Or bye-bye our little American Girl dolls.
Bye bye, dollies.
Bye-bye, dollies.
That's not a unicorn. That's just a pony with pink hair.